it's your boy, and welcome back to another Flickr photography gallery part 3. So last time we went through September to November 2023. So today we're gonna proceed on from February 2024 through April, maybe, but there will be a short video. But the reason why I'm doing it early is because on the 15th we're gonna be doing May. We're gonna be doing the big May photography part 4. You might see you'll see what I mean, but yeah. And we're gonna be starting out with a simple picture, and this one's bus 9, 2009 ICCE 300 with DT, a Max Force DT, and also guest stop at Bison's Auto Stop in Salt Lake, Alberta. So you guys can see here's a 2009, 2009. What a coincidence! 2009. What a coincidence! It's kind of a hardly coincidence when you number something 9 and then the model year is 2009. What a coincidence! Is it a coincidence, guys? Come on, this can't be a coincidence. So it's kind of a coincidence. At the same time, it's quite a coincidence. And here's bus 8. This one's a 2008 ICCE 300 with a DT44E. And it's also parked in the yard. So you can see basically here's the bus here. Nothing has changed except some rust and just all that stuff. Here's 300. It says 300, of course. And yeah. So yeah, it's not a coincidence also too, but also it is my first school bus that I rode on. Also, this is also my first bus that I ever rode on in elementary school. So yeah, that's quite a coincidence. This one's a 2008 in a bus 8 is a 2008, which is not a this is just a coincidence. What an odd coincidence, guys. For real though. Here's bus 2, fan 2, but you can't see the number unless you look at the rear somewhat. And this one's a 2017 or a 19 Ford Transit passenger van with a Ford Door-Tech 3.7 liter. As my guest. And of course, here's a van unit. I actually went on this van once, but it was only on a field trip in 2023. And you can see pretty much it's just sitting in the yard, of course. And yeah, nothing crazy happened. But usually it's only used for like special field trips or, special vehicle events or whatever. But I don't know. Anyways, yeah, here's the van. There's no obvious number at the time, but yeah, it's somewhere on the van, but it's not in clear sight that it's more obvious, but whatever. Here's bus 25, 2015 ICCE with a Max for 7, bus unit 25, driving on the south side of Salt Lake. So this is the last official picture of this bus because we'll talk about it later, but this is the last time I made a picture of this bus. And yeah, here's the bus picture. And yeah, it looks kind of dirty. It's doing well in its days at its time, at the time being. And yeah. And it's also a Max or 7. So here's bus 28. It's 2017 ICCE with a common size base 6.7 liter. And yeah, it's basically just coming down from the other side. Yeah, that's another Salt Lake bus here that literally comes down my road. You'll see, you guys, yeah, I did do a compilation of me doing bus videos of me these buses driving by my driveway, which is pretty ironic. Anyways, yeah, it's right there. Here's bus 39 / route 55, 2022 ICCE with a gasoline PSI 8.8 liter, and it's bus number 50, route number 55, and the actual unit itself is 39. And you can see it's pretty much parked at St. Paul Elementary School. And yeah, so you can see pretty much this one has LEDs, comes with LEDs. It's pretty hard to tell if it's number 39 is because the route 55 is covered up with 39's number. But you can actually tell from the one in the bottom from the other one. It actually shows 39 right there. Yeah, this one, it's pretty weird why they did that. But there's a number. Here's a clear number view of the bus. So basically, as of now, bus 39 is confirmed to be for St. Paul Education. St. Paul Education text was never been added till 2020, the fall of 2024. So by the time now, it would have its text by the time, but eventually I did have a picture of it, so you might see in the bed, but who knows. So yeah. Here's a really rusty, rare looking bus, or not really a bus but a van, but which has never been in sight. This one is bus 4, van 4. I mean, this one's a 2006 or somewhat Ford 4E350 with the 4 power stroke 6.0 liter, and it's currently at the yard. And also to this day, it's also in the yard as of now. And it's pretty much been, well, basically this van has a story. So I'm not sure how it was originated as a route exam bus, but basically this van has been sitting in a yard out by the school, and it's been sitting there for a while though. And yeah, it finally went. It was moved to it was moved into this yard, into this little bus yard. For some reason, and to this day, it's still sitting there, just doing absolutely nothing and just running away. You can tell how much there's so much rust coming through the roof, and also from the bottom too. It's pretty concerning though. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with this fan, unless they're gonna attempt to retire this 2004. I'm not sure how long they've retired this fan or what, but yeah, I would bet it would probably be a long time. It's probably been sitting there for a long time, according to the look of this van. Yeah. Here's bus 19. You can hardly see in the view, but this one is a 2011 ICCE with a max score 7, and you can tell it's pretty much driving down towards just finishing up its exam route. Pretty much like that, but yeah. It's pretty hard to tell the number by the background or the text. It's obvious for the text, but the number, it's hard. It's a miss. It's pretty hard to tell. But yeah, that's bus 19 right here, and yeah, basically that. Here's bus 12, 2009 ICCE 200 with a max score 7, maybe, but it's unknown. Anyways, bus 12 is parked at the yard. So here's a really ironic story. So actually, by the time I was making these pictures, this was one of the craziest months at the time being, because the reason is because so basically on the 12th, on April 12th, in somewhere in Salt Lake was on their lockdown on April 12th, because there was man shooting and stuff. There was someone that intruder there was a lockdown because someone been doing some shooting and other stuff, and also there was a lot of cops. There's a lot of cops going everywhere around the reserve. So it went to a lockdown for probably, like, I would say about an hour or so after school. So that's why there's a van just pretty much already just full loads of kids already, not on the run at the moment, because it had to be an hour delayed because of the lockdown. and it never happened till like 4:30 in the afternoon, until the kids can able to be dismissed and go home safely, without getting killed by you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what happened. So here's bus 82, which in reality it's route 54, and that one's a 2012 or 2013 Thomas C2 with a Commons ISP 6.7 liter, and it's pretty much parked at Glen Avenue School at 42nd Street, pretty much like that. So here's a same education regional division bus unit, and yeah, it has the rear here has a rear spoiler on each side of the bus, and nothing much you can see that much except just rear spoilers on the back, pretty much. Um, Here's busing question mark bus C17. This one's a 2007 ICCE 300 with a DT 466E. However, there's a clear difference why it's 2007 is because of the window changes. I think is the way it looks at the time. And yeah, funny enough, this one does not have a bus unit number itself. It just has the route number C17. And for some reason, they put busing in this called a day, which is kind of ridiculous at the same time. So yeah, it doesn't look bad in its days for real though. Look at the paint job. It looks pretty. Looks a bit decent though. Like look at the back. Doesn't look. The bus doesn't feel really old unless it's a 2006. And I guess they would still have the best great paint job, and it's still currently it looks good in its days. So yeah, it's pretty a miracle. It's kind of cool. This bus has better paint job. Still kept the paint job really well in its days, because also otherwise you're gonna have a completely faded bus. There's some parts that have faded a little bit in the hood, of course. Could easily fade a lot, but here's a Corsair bus line C18. That is a 2022 ICCE with the Commons ISP 6.7 liter, and it's parked at Glavin Avenue. You could tell it's because it has the DNF fuel, and yeah, and it has diesel fuel also too. And it has LEDs, of course, because 2022 introduced the LED package. Unless it's in 2023 in general. Who knows? But yeah, that's what basically it is. But pretty much like that. And yeah, there's nothing too crazy about that. Anything else that I need to be looking up any further? No, not really. Let's continue. Here's the bus again, 2006 Ford E350, the 4-part 6.0 liter. A few days later, and it's mostly in the yard in the morning. Here's some cool evident differences. So here's Sound Lake Education Authority B1 2024 Bluebird fishing with a Ford Godzilla 7.3 liter, and it is you can tell pretty much this bus is not bad at the time. And this is actually really awesome because this is the month they finally got the new bus exam. So basically, early when they first bought these buses in the summer, they weren't able to not able to examine their bus numbers at the time because I don't know, but they were kind of playing without the number exam until April. They finally got their bus exam, but they went in the most honest way ever. They went when from instead of going like 38 or 39 or 37 to 38, they went B1 and B2, which doesn't make any sense. Unless that hardly makes sense since it stands for Bluebird Unit 1 and Bluebird Unit 2, which is kind of confusing though when they were trying to decide to examine these units at the time. Which is pretty cool. They actually added. This is the first time they ever added bluebirds. From after 20 years or so, they never added bluebird buses at all. Because mostly they've been just purchasing IC buses from Western Canada, because that's what how they're more used to, easier, but not dynamite or something. But yeah, this is the first time Solid actually purchased a bluebird for the first time in 20 years. That's my bet. Because back then they used to have bluebirds in internationals or GMCs. Here's some. I have proofs, but at the moment I'm not gonna try edit a I'm not gonna try attempt to edit my video at the same time. So yeah, I'm not gonna add any information to that. So here's bus 28. Here's a 2017 ICCE with Cummins ISP 6.7, and it's just pretty much It's just starting its run. And look at how cool this one is. It has LEDs and all that stuff. And look at this one. This one's actually older at the time being. So here's a really cool bus for the first time. Here's bus 37. This one's a 2024 ICCE with a Cummins ISP 617, but it's covered with LEDs and also with its camera, and it has a camera enclipped in the bus, which is pretty cool. Because at least no one's gonna legally just. But unfortunately, Soundlink doesn't know how to function the camera at the meantime, so they don't have any functions for the unit at the time, so I'm not sure. But yeah, this one's a 2024. This was recently just been delivered to the district, to the yard, because recently bus 25, which I saw early. Spoiler alert or plot twist: bus 25 went through and hijacked and caught on fire. You'll see what I mean, but at the meantime, this was just a teaser that the bus was on fire. I think I did a video of me doing the bus going caught on fire, showing a close view of the bus on fire. I didn't go go inside, but I mean outside, on the outside, showing you an outside view of the bus, its aftermath. But yeah, you'll see. But if you don't know, I'll link that video in the description if you want to check that out before you can see the actual picture shot before I eventually edit it. So yeah, still bad. And then 25's bus 25's replacement is 37, and it still currently has an Ashmont unit or Ashmont school bus route from Salt Lake to Ashmont. So yeah, that's what it's currently exempted at the time. At the meantime, 33 is pretty much, I think it was a spare bus or a different route. It was taken to a different route. But yeah, it was kind of like a wild year at the time. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. Here's a sports bus, bus 1, but you can't see it unless you can only see the rear. Yeah, I think you have to walk to the rear side of the bus to see the number. But this one's a 2009 Guardian G5 with the Ford 450, with the Ford power stroke 6.0 liter, and it's pretty much just used for sports games and stuff, or special things and stuff. But it's mostly been used for like a sports bus or somewhat. Yeah, pretty much like that. But yeah, here's bus 7083. So this one is a 2018 Thomas C2 with the Commons ISB 617, and it's pretty much parked up at the school as usual. So yeah. And here's a hard rear view of the bus right here. Here's bus 37 again in the rear back, and you can see less buses have been parked there, and of course, but whatever. So yeah. Pretty detailed right here. Here's bus 35, 2022 ICCE with a PSI gasoline, and it's pretty much parked at the it's of course parked at northwest side. Um, so I'm not gonna just I don't know, but yeah, I just saw the bus recently parked in the yard or in the driveway, and I guess basically 35 was not running at the moment because the drive was kind of just I don't know, but we had to double up routes basically. So 36 plus 36 had to be double up with 35's route, which doesn't make any obviously make any sense. But here's the bus, just pretty much parked at the property. But anyways, here's a last picture for this time. Bus 28, 2017 ICCE with the Commons ISK 6.7, and it's driving by the intersection of Highway 652, and it's gonna hit down the 50 Ave down Main Street. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video. It's not really a long video, but next one, boy, this is gonna be a long video. But stay tuned for the long video. The long video will be pretty much will be posted in the 15th. But yeah, stay tuned. But it will be a huge video, which might take pretty much about 2 hours to make, because there will be a lot of information to this to the time. And you guys, if you guys are new, please smack that like and hit the bell to notification. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.